May 31st. Monday. It's a Monday. Everybody hates Mondays, or something like that. We overstayed our welcome. Da-da. He's getting in his limo. How you doing? Ba-da-da-da. We're going to the station. Let's get the hell out of here. This place pisses me off. Time to go back to school.
So that's Class 7, eh? A little rough around the edges, but they managed to get through in one piece. I think I see now why you're so fixated on them, Sarah.
Oh, that must be her contact.
And Rufus Alborea. I've heard people say he's the sharpest noble of the bunch, but still.
What business could he possibly have over by the canyon so early in the morning? Is that what you were about to ask?
Who are you?
It's Booblog!
Pay me no mind, I'm but a low-ranking noble.
Uh-huh.
I've been watching over those young students to see what they're capable of, much like yourself.
He's totally not a member of Uberos. Totally not.
Really now? You'll forgive me for asking, but you look awfully like someone a couple of acquaintances mentioned to me a long time ago. You wouldn't happen to have some fancy-sounding stage name or anything, would you?
Meh.
Ha! You'll just have to find that out on your own. Your acquaintances wouldn't be a certain innocent young couple from a foreign land, though, would they?
You'll just have to find that out on your own.
Ho ho ho!
Indeed. Well, if you'll please excuse me, it's almost time for the airship to depart, and I really must be getting back to Heimdall. May we meet again, young bracer. Do give my regards to the Purple Lightning, if you would.
Purple lightning, do.
As if the situation weren't messy enough. It seems we've got another source of trouble on our hands now.
Indeed.
I'd better let the others know, just in case.
What others could this be?
The trickster with the thin lips. At first I thought he did have teeth, but then I was
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We're on the train again. And I can be on the last train home. We're all tired and such.
And you call yourselves teenagers.
Meh.
Unlike me, you actually get to go to sleep every night. You should be full of energy by this point in the day.
Meh.
Give me a break.
Considering all that's happened this weekend, I think we can be forgiven for being a little tired.
Well, that's certainly true enough. Group B had their fair share of problems to deal with as well, but they weren't quite as serious as yours.
Huh.
Although they were of a similar nature.
Oh yeah?
What do you mean exactly? Did they also wind up getting involved in a conflict between the two factions?
More or less. St. Arc is another territory belonging to one of the four great houses, after all. So they got themselves caught up in a bit of trouble. The four of them managed to get through it together in the end, though.
Well, that's good.
That's a relief, yeah.
But, Sarah, just what kind of mirror did they pour into buffing up Aurochs Fort anyway? What we saw was nuts.
So I've heard. And the Provincial Army isn't the only force trying to improve its armaments. The Imperial Army is doing the same. With the Blood and Iron Chancellor and his 20 armored divisions squarely at the center.
Really?
How should the military academy... Well, how should we act in a situation like this? Thor's graduates join both the provincial and imperial armies, right?
That's nothing you need to be worrying about. Not right now, at least. You're at the academy to learn. That's all you should be focusing on. While you're there, it's true that you may be forced to acknowledge some of the more unpleasant realities of Erebonia. But I believe there's something special to be gained from that. Something you can only gain now, at this moment in time. So long as you're together with your friends and classmates, people for whom there is no substitute. Maybe when you graduate and go out into the world, much of what you've learned at Thor's will have little meaning. But I still truly believe that sometime, somehow, what you experience as part of Class 7 will be an invaluable treasure to you. It may not seem that way now, but I know in my heart that it will someday.
Instructor.
Oh my god.
You almost had me there for a moment.
That was the last thing I ever thought I'd hear from you.
Hey! What's with all the laughing?
I'm really sorry. Your words were quite touching, but...
Coming out of your mouth, they were just...
Painfully droll.
Something we can only gain now, at this moment in time. So long as we're with our friends and classmates, for whom there is no substitute.
Stop that! Are you trying to kill me?
You kids are awful. I was being serious, you know. Why must this instructor thing be so difficult sometimes?
Meh. Do 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 do. Uh-oh. There's a person there.
Looks like they got back okay.
What the hell is this now?
So glad I didn't have to bust in and save them.
Freaking blue-haired girl.
I thought it was all over when I got spotted at the fort, though.
Oh, that must be who was writing the thing. Telephone.
Hey, White Rabbit here.
White Rabbit.
Uh-huh. Everything went A-okay. Don't sweat the details. I did what I was supposed to. No sign of them, though, but I did find a bunch of other interesting stuff. What? Fake intel? Someone managed to get a leg up on you and Gramps?
Gramps.
Must have been one heck of a guy. Huh? Me? I'm gonna go meet up with Claire now. Gotcha. See you then, Lecter.
Lecter? You mean Lecter from the Third?
I wondered what that military academy they mentioned is all about. Sounds kind of fun. Lammy!
Ah! I think it just cursed.
Yep, we're done here. Let's get going, Aragetlum.
Aragetlum? Something must be going on there. I guess she has something to do with Claire. We completed Chapter 2, The Verdant City, and...
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Rank up.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Rank up.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Rank increased to rank A6. Receive Gladiator Belt. Ooh, those are always useful. And Strega A1. Stregas! Jeez, where's Estelle when you need her?
Drinks are on me someday.
Meh. Chapter result.
Perfect. You guys are the best.
S. I just hiccuped. Class 7's bonds have been strengthened. Link level up. Rin and Machias reached Link level 2, which of course unlocks Finishing Blow. Rin and Emma reached Link level 2. Rin and Eustace reached Link level 2. Achievement unlocked the Verdant City. I think there's an achievement for reaching the max rank with someone. And I think there's a individual achievements for reaching the max rank with each party member, I believe. We completed Chapter 2. On to Chapter 3 and such. Ooh, we're going forward in time. June 15th, Tuesday. It's raining!
It was the middle of June. With summer well underway, a rainy spell seemed to hang over Trista.
The academy and such. Bum 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 bum.
With our field study wrapped up, the other members of Class 7 and I returned to normal school life. But just when we thought we'd gotten used to the challenging lessons and the breakneck workload, a moment of dread washed over us, making our blood run cold.
Uh-oh. That can't be
As
good.
you all know, tomorrow marks the start of your midterm exams.
Oh, I see. I see. I don't know.
I'm no good with all these papers and essays and circling answers, so I won't really be able to help you much. But I'm administering some of your tests, so I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines. Make me proud, class!
Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder how you became our teacher.
As I recall, aren't you in danger of a lecture by the vice principal if our performance isn't up to par?
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. Most of you tend to get pretty high grades anyway. I can hardly wait to see how well you all do. Remember, the results will be announced next Wednesday. Your scores will be posted on the board by rank, so you can see how you compare to the other classes in your year.
Meh.
The sooner this week is over, the better.
I can almost taste the tedium.
I'm not gonna let Emma squeak by me again this time.
Oh, one more thing. They're gonna stick the average score for each class up there on the board, too.
Our class averages?
I suppose their intent is to furnish us with motivation in the form of class bragging rights.
Well, I do enjoy a challenge.
Anyway, I know it's only noonish, but I think that's enough homeroom for today. You guys can stay here and study, or just head on back to your dorms. Up to you. Prez, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. Stand, bow.
Jeez, what should I do? I could stand to bone up on just about everything, honestly, but my biggest worry right now is math. Freaking math! I wouldn't mind doing a few study sessions with you, if you think it would help. I need to review math anyway. I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to spare, though. You mean it? That'd be a huge help. My biggest weak spot is Erebonian history, I guess. I doubt that comes as a huge surprise to anyone. I think I understand all the material we've gone over directly in class, but there are some finer points. I can aid you with that if you'd like. Though in return, I'd appreciate a fresh pair of eyes to help revise my military science essay. It'd be my pleasure. Would you like to study with me, Fee? I guess so. Oh, would you two mind if I jumped in too? I could use a little refresher on my classics. Of course, you're more than welcome. Would you like to join us, Laura? No, I appreciate your invitation, but I'll have to pass this time. There's a subject I need to review in private. I'll see you all later. Huh? What's up with her? Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but I could have sworn I saw her looking over at Fee. Hey, Reen. Well, what is it? You heading back to the dorms? You're totally welcome to come study with us if you want. I wasn't planning on heading straight back. I might come and join you guys a bit later. Alright then. Perhaps we'll see you later. The day before the exams is a free day. Talking to certain characters will allow you to study with them. When you run out of bonding points, the time of day will change to evening, and the main story will advance. Nintendo Advance. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Rescuing Machias. But of course it was locked. Didn't seem like a good idea to cut it open with my sword either. Fortunately, Emma came to the rescue, picking the lock with a hairpin. She claimed to have learned how from a mystery novel she read once. She's pretty amazing, honestly. Once we got the entrance unlocked, we headed in for an underground waterway. This was surprisingly clean and well kept. Well, aside from all the monsters, we readied our weapons and headed west towards the Provincial Army Guardhouse. As we worked our way through the underground waterway, we ran into Eustace. He seemed to have worked out what was going on and resolved to save Machias in what must be one of the most dramatic acts of teenage rebellion of all time. We welcomed Eustace back into the fold and set off together to rescue Machias. The route to the guardhouse was blocked by a sturdy-looking door. To be honest, I thought it was going to put an end to our rescue attempt. But just as we were wondering what to do, Fee used a portable explosive to destroy the door. We couldn't believe our eyes. Fee explained that before enrolling at the academy, she'd been a Jaeger, a title given to only the strongest mercenaries. Doesn't change the way we think about her, though. She's still our friend. With the door out of the way, we kept going. We eventually reached the underground prison where Machias was being held and successfully rescued him. Unfortunately, the Provincial Army realized that we were there, and we were forced to fight them. But we won. Damn right we did. We thought that if we hurried, nobody would have been able to catch up to us, and we'd get back safely. The confidence lasted until we heard roaring coming from the direction of the underground prison. Still, we kept running and hoping. Before we could reach the exit, we were surrounded by military monsters. We had no choice but to fight them. We were able to defeat the monsters, but our battle gave the soldiers time to catch up to us, and mustered. When the soldiers came to arrest us, Eustace sharply rebuked them. The look on Machias' face when Eustace stood up for him was priceless. The Provincial Army seemed determined to follow through on their threat, but from out of nowhere, Rufus appeared. He talked down the Provincial Army, forcing them to withdraw. Even more surprising was the fact that Instructor Sarah was with him. But as it turned out, Rufus is actually a member of the Academy's Board of Directors, so the two teamed up to rescue us. None of us saw that coming. After a night of much-needed rest, we boarded the train for Trista and left Bereahard behind. On the train, Instructor Sarah filled us in on a bunch of useful information, including the fact that Group B was also caught up in the conflict between the two factions during their field study, and the fact that both factions were quietly expanding their military capabilities. It makes me wonder what this means for us as military academy students. Sometime, somehow, what you experience as part of Class 7 will be an invaluable treasure to you. Instructor Sarah's words were quite unlike her, and more than a little cringeworthy, but it was clear that she genuinely meant them, which made the moment weirdly moving in a way. We'll just have to hold on to each other and see what the future has in store. Chapter 3. Academy Life, June. June 15th, Tuesday, after school. Tomorrow, the dreaded midterms will finally begin. As icing on the cake, our individual scores, our ranking in our year, and even our class averages will be displayed for the world to see. Once homeroom was over, everyone stayed on campus to study. I thought it wise to walk around and find someone to study with. There you go. Oh, do. Bum bum. Kazakh R&B. Do. Bum 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 bum. We're gonna drop a save. I'm gonna go use the facility. I'll be back.